Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guest is Greg Kiger of What to Eat, which is a film, seminars, a book, all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about that, but let's talk about you. Okay. We were talking about you in the last segment about your diagnosis with cancer 2 years ago, is that right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, and you learned some amazing things that you put into action immediately. You said within 10 minutes you were off and running. Okay, so let's talk specifically about what are the things that you learned that helped you get your health back.
Yeah, there was a lot of surprises along the journey. First and foremost was that there really is a solid consensus out there about diet and nutrition. And from a casual observer standpoint, it might seem that things are bad one week and good the next, and some study comes out, etc. But I bought 1 million books, read 1 million journals, talked to a lot of folks, from hunter-gatherer times all the way up through the Mediterranean times, which we refer to a lot in the Mediterranean diet, to your great-great-grandmother about 1900, all the way up to today's nutritional science. If you put all those in a Venn diagram and stack them on top of each other, there's a consensus in the middle that everybody agrees on. And I was surprised by that. So that was, once I saw that, that was fairly easy to home in on and start adopting those tactics and those foods and those methodologies.
Well, was it hard after all the reading and research that you did and interviews that you had to figure out what that common denominator was, or was that pretty easy?
It was pretty glaring, which was so, you know, clean protein sources. That certainly is a hunter-gatherer thing, and a lot of vegetables, even hunter-gatherers ate 5 to 6 pounds of wild greens a day. Mediterranean people, a lot of wild greens, and so today we can have a salad with lunch and some wild-caught salmon, and that's a great start. So there's, all those roads seem to point to the same place.
So, okay, let's talk about what your diet is like today.
Sure.
And what are the things that the average American's eating that just needs to go away in order to have the healthy look that you have? I mean, it's amazing looking at you right now.
I've never felt better in my life, so I'm not only am I grateful to be alive, but I'm grateful to have gone through this and learned all that. Yeah, so much of it seems to be sourcing. For so long we all cooked, and we knew where our food came from. It either came from your farm or my farm, or we might trade some things, but everything was kind of fresh and local, and we cooked by and large, and that seems to be a huge indicator. You know, the standard American diet, the whipping boy for bad things is a burger and a fries and a soda. But just the other day for lunch, I had essentially that. I had a bison burger with some aged European cheese. I had some sweet potato fries cooked in coconut oil in my own oven, and instead of soda pop, I had some kombucha. It was a delicious lunch, similar to what a lot of people eat, but it was all made from very good sources.
And made at home.
Made at home,
which is a really important element, it sounds like, in your plan.
It's true. There's studies out that show that poor women who cook have much better health than rich women who don't.
Interesting. Who make reservations.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal, apparently.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so what are some other things that you eat now that you never thought you would eat?
I didn't think I liked vegetables, and I think a lot of Americans are probably in the same place. And now I absolutely love vegetables. I have a big salad every day for lunch. That's a way to get a lot of vegetables in my plate. I never have eggs without vegetables, so I'll make a big omelet in the morning, some farm fresh eggs, but I'll sneak 3 or 4 vegetables in there that are fabulous. So it's so the increase in vegetables definitely a big shift for me.
What about fruit? Where does that fit in?
I like fruit. I always liked fruit juice, but nutritionists say get most of your fruit from fruit. Peel it, eat it. Don't get derivatives of fruit. Just stick with the actual fruit itself. So I'm super interested in optimal because of what I've been through. So I try to eat a lot of fruit and focus on that. Yeah.
Okay. So what about carbohydrates? What about the pastas, the breads, that kind of thing that's such a staple of our diets? Where does that fit in, or does it?
Right. So many people today are totally walking away from the simpler carbohydrates. So bread, pasta, cookies, cakes, pretty much anything with wheat flour. And I think the issue there is just glycemic load. It drives our body crazy in a little bit of a number of ways. The flip side is that I love carbohydrates and I still enjoy them, but I'll have ancient whole grains like farro or kamut, some quinoa, some beans. I eat a lot more, you know, even the oatmeal that I eat now is steel cut oatmeal, so it's whole, it's got a much slower digestive pattern, and it's delicious, fantastic.
Yeah, very good. All right, we're going to take a quick break again, Greg, and come back and talk more about what you're doing now to bring this to all of us in a different way. So there's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.